Good morning. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Bella. Welcome to Noel Mitko channel, your morning AI news roundup.
It's Friday, March 6th, 2026, and the AI world dropped a week's worth of news in one day. OpenAI pushing toward true autonomous agents, governments clashing with AI companies, big tech promising to pay for power, China doubling down on AI, Google shipping agent tools, and AI drug discovery in the Middle East.
Let's break down what actually matters.
First, the big one, OpenAI's new GPT-5.4 and the march toward real AI agents.
What's different this time?
The Verge, March 5th. It's not just a bit better at text. Stronger reasoning, better coding, better on knowledge work, spreadsheets, documents, presentations, but the headline is native computer use capabilities. GPT 5.4 can actually operate a computer on your behalf across apps as a core skill. Closer to a digital worker that navigates software like you do. OpenAI is also introducing ChatGPT Agent, part of the push toward an agentic future where a network of agents quietly does complex jobs in the background.
So we're moving from chatbot that answers questions to system that takes a goal, plans steps, and clicks around your digital environment to get it done.
Ars Technica, same day, focuses on GPT 5.4 for knowledge work and notes OpenAI is shipping this while facing backlash over its Pentagon deal. So, who gets to use this power and for what? And for developers, GitHub, March 5th. Python SDK 2.25.0 adds GPT 5.4 support plus tool search and a computer tool. So you can call GPT 5.4 from Python and give it tools to search APIs and drive computer actions. Same theme from high-level coverage to release notes. GPT 5.4 as the engine behind agents that actually do things.
But the political pressure is escalating. Anthropic and the Pentagon.
The Verge, March 5th. After failed negotiations and ultimatums, the DoD has formally labeled Anthropic a supply chain risk. That's usually for foreign companies tied to adversarial governments. Applying it to an American AI company is a major escalation.
So defense contractors can be barred from using Claude.
Right. If you're building defense systems with Claude under the hood, that could now be a problem. The fight is over Anthropic's acceptable use policies. Pentagon wants access, Anthropic's been more restrictive. Now it's a formal risk label that could end up in court. And at the same time, Wired, March 5th. Even when OpenAI had a ban on military use, the DoD allegedly tested OpenAI models through Microsoft anyway. So the letter said no military. In practice, they were tested in defense via a cloud provider.
So as models get more agent-like and embedded in critical systems, governments push harder to use them, and companies struggle to enforce their own policies. Capability racing ahead, governance catching up, sometimes by force.
Now literal power, electricity.
Ars Technica and CNET, March 5th. Trump got major AI data center companies to sign a pledge to pay for their own power generation, not lean on grids and pass costs to ratepayers. And Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta signed a ratepayer protection pledge to cover AI data center power costs themselves. But both are non-binding, no clear enforcement. So it might be political theater, but it shows public pressure on AI's energy footprint has big tech making promises. On one side, OpenAI pushing fleets of agents that'll massively increase compute. On the other, who pays for the electricity when it all scales?
Zooming out, Gizmodo, March 5th. China's new 5-year plan. Headline, More AI, Less US. China doubling down on AI as a core pillar, pushing to reduce dependence on the US in semiconductors, cloud, key tech. So, while the US argues about supply chain labels and power pledges, China is baking AI into a long-term state-driven roadmap.
Back to tools. Google as well as OpenAI.
What did Google ship?
Mark Tech Post, March 5th. Google AI released an open-source CLI called GWS, Google Workspace CLI. Unified interface to Drive, Gmail, Calendar, Sheets. and they frame it as a unified interface for humans and AI agents. So an agent, GPT-5.4, a Google model, whatever, can call GWS commands to manipulate Gmail, update sheets, manage calendar, access Drive in a standardized way. So OpenAI adds a computer tool in the Python SDK. Google ships a CLI so agents can do useful work inside Workspace. Different stack, same destination. AI that acts inside your productivity tools.
And the last one? Biotech. SCMP, March 5th. Insilico Medicine, Hong Kong-listed AI drug discovery company, signed a deal with the UAE drug regulator to advance AI drug discovery in the Middle East. Shares jumped 12.8%, closed up 8.6%, way ahead of the Hang Seng. So, against Middle East tension, countries and regulators there are still pursuing AI-driven healthcare innovation. AI capability becoming real infrastructure, pipelines for new medicines tied into regional regulatory frameworks. So, the big picture: GPT 5.4 and SDK from The Verge, Ars, GitHub. Anthropic supply chain risk, and OpenAI via Microsoft from The Verge and Wired. Power pledges from Ars and CNET. China's plan from Gizmodo. Google GWS from MarkTech Post. Insilico UAE from SCMP. AI crossing a threshold. From chatbots to agents, experiments to infrastructure, tech stories to geopolitical and economic stories. All the links are in the description. Subscribe, hit the bell, and tell us which story will matter most in 5 years. The agent revolution, the governance clashes, or the power and strategy moves. Thanks for watching. I'm Sarah. And I'm Bella. We'll see you in the next one.